What's going on, guys? My name is Ted Carr. Thanks for tuning in. If you're not subscribed already, be sure to hit the red subscribe button down below, and let's get on with the show. Alright, so how many times have you done something once and gotten amazing results with it? Never! How many times do you brush your teeth? How many times have you taken a shower? How many times do you have to take out the trash? How many times do you have to clean the kitchen floor? How many times do you have to go to work and earn money? How many times do you have to study? You notice how you have to do these things on repeat? You can't just lay one brick down and expect to build a house. You've got to lay multiple bricks down. You can't just take one swimming stroke and expect to get from one end of the pool to the other. You've got to take multiple swimming strokes. You can't just go for a run once and become super lean. You can't just go to the gym once and lift heavy weights and become incredibly strong. And you can't just watch one YouTube video and just know absolutely everything. It's okay to do things on repeat. In fact, it's better than okay. It's ideal if you repeatedly do something. You get better at it. And your world becomes a better place when you do things repeatedly. When you do the right things repeatedly. In the right way. Because it's not necessarily what you do, but how you do it. And part of the how you do it involves repetition. Repetition is key. Repetition is key. Repetition is key. It's okay to hear the same message a million times. I probably repeat the same message in my YouTube videos several times, dozens of times, 100 times. Focus on the fruit. Focus on the fruit. Focus on the fruit. You know, how many times have I said that? I'll say it a million more times. Focus on the fruit. You've got to repeatedly do things in life if you want results. If you write your goals down once, that's great. At least you got clear on your goals. But how about you reread them every day? Or how about you rewrite them every day? How about you watch videos on them every day? How about you create a mind movie, which is a collage of the goals that you want to achieve and the things you want to experience in life. Photos of those things. And they're in a collage form. And they're in a slideshow form with amazing music and text on the screen. How about you watch that every single day? Or how about you meditate every morning? You can meditate once and maybe experience some benefits from that. You might experience some mental calmness, some mental clarity, some physical pain relief from just meditating once. But what if you were to meditate every single morning? Just for 5 or 10 minutes? Or even just a minute? Doing something once, you're just not going to extract all the value from. It's like some people will think that they're healthy if they eat an apple. If they eat an apple, they'll be healthy. They say, oh, I had a salad today. And I say, oh, great. And they say, yeah, I had it with my steak. I'm like, dude, you can't eat a salad and do a line of cocaine and expect to be healthy. You've got to eat the salad at the exclusion of the cocaine and the meth and the heroin. You can't add on supplements to an unhealthy diet and expect to be healthy. You got to lay the beautiful foundation. You got to have a clean foundation. You got to have something to work with. You got to have a healthy diet, and then maybe add in some supplements if you're deficient or something. Or have a healthy diet and then add on some extra sleep, and then add on some coaching, and then add on some fitness or something. But you've got to create a foundation, a healthy foundation. Something that you can repeat. Something that you can turn into a routine. Something that can become a knit habit for you. Alright? So, doing something once is not enough. You can't just floss your teeth once and expect to never have cavities. You can't just brush your teeth once and expect to never have cavities. You've got to do them on repeat. So, I got to where I am today, behind this camera. Or having this camera in front of me. Am I behind the camera? No, I'm in front of the camera. But oftentimes I am behind the camera. I've been uploading a lot of shots you guys have been seeing lately, a lot of little mashup videos that I have a lot of fun with this camera. Super big passion of mine. I got to that point in my life, standing behind a camera and filming these videos, by watching a whole bunch of these videos and by visualizing myself with this camera or with a camera like this many, many times. It's been something I've wanted to do for a long time. And because it's been something I've been wanting to do, I've been thinking about it often. I've been allowing myself to think about it often. Oftentimes we'll be in high school or college or some school and we'll be daydreaming. We'll be having a really boring lecture and we'll be daydreaming about, that girlfriend or that boyfriend that we want to be with, or that dream job that we want to have, or that thing that we want to do after school. We'll be fantasizing about that. We'll be really feeling what that's like. And then the teacher says, hey, pay attention. And you're like, whoa, damn. Okay, sorry, I'll pay attention to something I don't care about. And then you go home and you spend 4 hours focusing on something you don't care about. It's homework. Or studying in this project that you really don't care about. Instead of spending 4 hours fantasizing with the life that you want to live. Instead of spending 4 hours watching that mind movie that you've created for yourself on repeat. Instead of spending 4 hours with a coach on Skype, like myself, going over your to-dos and going over your wants and desires list and going over the roadmap and the plan and the strategy. the tactics that you're going to use to accomplish that goal that you've set for yourself. If you spent 4 hours, instead of doing it at homework, instead you spent that on your own project called My Perfect Life, you know, you get a piece of paper, draw a circle in the middle, and in the middle you write My Perfect Life. And you start drawing lines out from there, and you say like, okay, like relationships, and spirituality, and travel, and career, and creative expression, and fitness, and health, finances, business. Have all these different categories for your perfect life. That's your project. You created that project for yourself, and you spent 4 hours a day on that for just like 10 days straight. That's 40 hours. That's an entire work week, man. And that you probably never spent that in your entire life on yourself, man. Invest in yourself repeatedly. Don't just invest in yourself once. People say, oh, I go into the seminar and it was great, but then I came back home and it's just back to reality. I read the Tony Robbins book and it was great. I was really inspired, but then after I closed the book, it was back to reality. I listened to this Bob Proctor audiobook that you suggested, Ted, and after I finished it, it was great. I felt amazing, but a few days later, it was just back to reality. That's like saying I brushed my teeth once and my teeth were great, they're really clean, but then it's back to reality. What do you mean back to reality? You're supposed to keep brushing your teeth. I went to the gym and it was great, I felt really strong after, but then it's back to reality, I got fat again. What do you mean you got fat again? Did you stop going to the gym? Are you crazy? You think you go to the gym once and you finish and you're done? No, bro. You've got to go to the gym repeatedly if you want to get strong muscles. You've got to brush your teeth repeatedly if you want to have clean teeth. You've got to brush the floor, sweep the floor in your kitchen every single morning if you want a clean floor. You can't sweep the floor once, 7 days later expect the floor to still be clean if you're living in that house. God, no. You've got to sweep daily. You've got to do these things daily. So if you brush your teeth every day, if you wash your hair every day, if you shampoo every day, or if you shower every day, you know that you've got to keep these things up. And it's the same with listening to audiobooks. It's the same with listening to motivational content. Perhaps a video like this. You've got to do them on repeat. So this video right now, if you're getting something from this, if you're extracting any little tidbit from this video, a sentence I said, or some quote I said, or whatever it is from this video, or any video that you ever watch from here on out, you can download that video, convert it to MP3, and put it on your iPod, and listen to that 10-second clip, or 20-second clip, or maybe it's a 4-minute clip every single day for a month. And watch how it totally revolutionizes your life. Because this thought that I'm having right now, I'm sharing with you on the camera, could become your thought. And if it's a thought that evokes a powerful emotion within you, then imagine going around life with that positive emotion, going around life with that feeling. Your whole reality changes when you walk around with a different feeling in you. That's why people take drugs, that's why people take caffeine and ecstasy and MDMA and LSD and mushrooms, because they want to change their state, they want to change the way they feel. That's why people smoke a cigarette, they want to change the way they feel. Why do they want to change the way they feel? Because it affects their entire reality. When you change the way you feel, you affect your entire reality, you change your entire reality. If you're feeling really bad, everything sucks. Dude, this camera sucks, man. This t-shirt sucks. This bedroom sucks. Thailand sucks. When you're in a bad mood, Ted Carr sucks. I want to unsubscribe. But when you're in a great mood, when you're freaking like just super grateful and just stoked on everything, you're pumped. You're enthusiastic. You've got the sense of urgency. You got to get shit done. You're like, I love this camera. I love this microphone. I love this t-shirt. I love my friends. I love the waterfall I'm about to go to. I love the video I'm about to go film. I got so much stuff to look forward to. It's ridiculous. I have the perfect life ever. I'm happy. I'm healthy. I'm young. I've got 3,000 people who are probably going to watch this video. Like, that's just crazy, amazing. But it's all about the state I'm in, guys. It's all about the state. I only appreciate that if I'm in a good state. So, if you can think a thought every day that puts you into that grateful state, then do it. Don't just think it once and get grateful once. Don't just think a positive thought and then go back to thinking negative thoughts and thinking, oh, I tried the positive thinking thing and it just didn't work for me. I'm going to be a realist. Dude, you've got to think positive thoughts as the bulk of your thoughts. They've got to be the majority of your thoughts. You've got to think positive at the exclusion of negative if you want to experience positivity in your life. And I'm not saying never think a negative thought again, because you learn from negatives. Definitely learn from negatives. You learn from negatives. But what you learn from negatives, if you're aware that you can learn from negatives, is that, hey, here's a negative situation. In life, there are always polar opposites. Therefore, if this is a negative situation, there must be a positive situation. There's always a flip side to the coin. There's always a front and a back to a book. There's always an up and a down, left and right, in and out. There's always a reverse. There's always a polar opposite. What you can learn about the negatives is what you do want in life. So you're saying, I don't want to be broke. Instead of focusing on that, you switch it. I want to be wealthy. I want to be prosperous. I want to be affluent. Instead of saying, I don't want this shitty iPhone camera anymore, you can say, I want a Canon. I want a Nikon. I want an iPhone 8 when it comes out in September. Whatever it is you want, focus on that. Give that your energy, give that your focus. So when you know what you don't want, you by default, you know what you do want. If you just shift your focus onto it, you're going to get it. Alright? So you can't just do that once though. Remember that, you can't just do it once. You can't just say, oh, Ted, I shift my focus, but now it's back to reality. Bro, you got to keep that shit shifted. You got to keep your mind shifted on that. So watch certain YouTube videos over and over and over and over again. How many times have I listened to a certain audiobook? It's called The Science of Getting Rich by Bob Proctor. In fact, it's not even an audiobook. It's a YouTube video that I converted into MP3. I don't care if it's illegal or what. I got a lot of benefit from it, so I took the YouTube video, extracted it into an MP3 form, put it on my iPod. I've listened to that thing over 200 times from start to finish. I can recite parts of that speech verbatim, man. Absolutely. And I would go for these audiobook walks. I'd leave my house at, let's say, 7 in the morning. I'd come back at 9 in the morning. A nice 2-hour walk first thing in the morning without breakfast. And I'd press play, I'd walk out my door, and by the time I got to the certain corner, he would say the same thing he said yesterday. And by the time I got to the intersection, he said the same thing he said yesterday. By the time I entered the forest for my trail walk, he was talking about this certain topic. So certain trees, certain footsteps reminded me of things that this guy was saying in The Science of Getting Rich. Or whatever audiobook I was listening to on repeat. It could be Psycho-Cybernetics. That's another powerful, game-changing audiobook I highly recommend you listen to. Not just once, not just 5 times, but perhaps 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 times you listen to that audiobook. Psycho-Cybernetics. It's all about changing your self-image. It's all about getting to a relaxed state and seeing yourself as the way you want to see yourself. Feeling the way that you want to feel. And he recommends doing it for at least 21 days. But 21 days, yeah, that's alright. But really, if you want your whole lifestyle to keep taking that next level, step up, step up, step up. How about 2100 days? How about 21 years you do that for? See what comes from it. You know, the top professional athletes, they've spent at least 10 years on their craft. They spent 10 years repeatedly obsessing and thinking about their craft, their sport. Over and over and over again, all freaking day, like 8 hours a day, they're thinking about their sport. What they eat it for their sport. What the reason they sleep for their sport. 10 years. 10 years they do it for. Repeatedly, every single day. You can't just do something once, guys. You've got to do it over and over and over again. So if you're not getting the results you want, be patient. I don't like to use the word patient so much because when you're really doing what you love, it doesn't even feel like you're being patient. It doesn't feel like patience. But I guess every now and then, people come up to me and they say, Ted, I want the results now. I want the results yesterday. I want the results tomorrow. And I guess like what I can say is I could either say be patient, but no one really likes to hear that because we're all pretty impatient when it comes to the things that we want. But truly, if you're enjoying the process enough, if you're really enjoying the process, it doesn't feel like you need to patience. It just feels like you're doing what you love to do, and if something comes from it, it comes from it. But you're not so attached to the end result. You're in love with the process. But truth be told, if you want amazing results, just look at everyone else who's achieved amazing results. It's really not that hard to do. You say, I want this result, I will look at someone else who has that result. And you see what they've done, you see the history they have. They've got a 10-year history, at least, maybe a 20-year history. Alright? So, be patient, or just do what you love and it doesn't even feel like you're being patient. You're just doing what you love, you enjoy the process so much you don't even care about the end result. But I just want to drive home this message once again. Doing something once is not enough. Listening to a book once is not enough. Reading a book once is not enough. Going to the gym once is not enough. Brushing your teeth once is not enough. Sweeping the floor once is not enough. Having a shower once is not enough. You've got to do that stuff every single day. So invest in yourself every single day. Focus on self-development every single day. Every day we have 100 10-minute blocks of our day. It's about 16 hours. You've got 100 10-minute blocks. You're going to spend about one of those blocks watching this video. You might spend another 8 blocks watching other random videos. But if you spend 10 blocks watching the same 10-minute video over and over and over and over and over again, that's going to drastically affect the next 90 blocks of your day. Alright? So don't waste any blocks of the day. Don't go waste 10 blocks watching some stupid TV show that you're not going to benefit anything from. You're not going to get any benefit from. Use up your 10-minute blocks on things that you absolutely adore. Alright? You've got one life, guys, that you're going to remember. I believe we're all infinite for sure, but in this body, you're going to have one life. And we don't know how long it's going to last. It could end tomorrow. It could end 100 years from now. Might even end 200 years from now if we get the technology and time or something. But it's not going to be forever, that's for sure, in this body, at least. So, peace out, thanks for watching. Chiang Mai, Thailand. Adios.
Yeah. Okay, did you ask something by the way? No, you
I don't know. I think I just know how to press the happy button.
Yeah.
Like, ding!